Okay, guys, here we are back at Movenpick. This is Will, and the Filipina genie is back over in the condo up there on the 14th floor. And I'm solo right now, but we're going to talk a little bit about culture barriers. We're going to talk about as it pertains to relationships. Well, there's many unsuccessful relationships here between foreigners and Filipinos, and I think one of the biggest barriers is culture. I think there's a lot of arguments and misunderstandings and disagreements that lead to arguments over just not understanding each other's culture. You know, some things are not clearly defined when it comes to culture. And what I mean by that is it may be normal for someone to shut down in some cultures if there's conflict. It's also normal in some cultures to avoid conflict by all means. So if someone's ignoring you, if your significant other is ignoring you and you just look at it as being ignored, you're going to get upset. But if you look at it as, oh, that's a culture thing, she's doing that because she's upset and she doesn't want to say something hurtful to me, then you'll better be able to handle that. So let's dig a little further into that. When we become angry or confused with our significant other, it looks like failure to them. It looks like they're failing at something. And because it looks like failure, they won't admit they're wrong because they were trained over years to not fail, you know? So they won't admit it. We look at it like, to us, it looks like they're lying. Uh, it can be something like a little accident. Why did you allow that to break? Why did you put that on the edge of the? Why did you put that glass on the edge of the counter? That's dangerous. Oh, I didn't put it there. Well, the first response by expat or foreigners that, well, it's only the two of us here, and I didn't do it. You washed the dishes. You did it. Well, because the glass broke and it would be identifying fault, she's going to say, I didn't do it. And that can be very frustrating. Well, this is what I try to do. And I don't know, you can practice it. I try to be a little bit more understanding. And I'll say something like, you know, babe, just because the glass broke, you know, I know you didn't intend for it to break. It was an accident. So let's just leave it at that. And if you have accidents, you're not failing. It's exactly what it is. It's an accident. And I tell her that's why we call it accidents. I have accidents all the time. In fact, I broke a few dishes over the past few months. So as opposed to going back and forth about you're lying or you left the glass there, let's just remove the conflict altogether and understand where it's coming from. What I mean where it's coming from, I mean the action, the behavior, what's behind that. Culture's behind that. So when we start understanding culture, we'll start better understanding each other. And when we better understand each other, that is a key ingredient to a long, loving, lasting relationship. So I'll see you guys later. It was nice hanging out with you guys for a minute here on the beach, but I'm gonna get some steps in. I'm gonna go roll my pants leg up and take my rain jacket off and go hang out at the beach for some quiet time. God bless you guys, and you have a great day. Talk to you soon.